Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I'm so excited to be here with you and to bring you this awesome card. I absolutely love the colors. I think it's amazing. I love the little cluster of all those little cactus. They're so cute. And I am using the Cactus Cuties stamp set and the punch. So you can use them together or separate. It is in the mini catalog. If you need a copy and you don't have a demonstrator, definitely let me know in the comments below or go to my blog and leave me a message. I would greatly love to send you one and be your demonstrator. So let's go ahead and get started. I have so much to show you today. Oh yes, this thank you so much. I've used the Inspired Thoughts. It's such a great little stamp set of awesome sentiments. I absolutely love it, so check that out as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to be using this awesome Gingham embossing folder. And our main piece is our 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece. It is our piece of Highland Heather. And so I'm going to go ahead and get those put together and give them a nice burnish. That's going to form the base of our card. Now we have a 4 by 5.25 inch piece of Highland Heather that I have put into this embossing folder. And if you don't know how they work, you'll have to check out my videos that I have on how to do that, and it's how to use the different embossing folders. Now this is a regular one, it is not a 3D. You place it in here and you run it through your machine, and when it comes out, this is what you have. Isn't that amazing? I just think it's so cool. So we are going to be using that today. Well, I have used it, but we've used the Gingham embossing folder, so definitely check that out because they're so cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to give you all the proper dimensions. So let's go ahead and start with this layer in the background. So it is a piece of mint macaron, and it is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then I have a piece of designer series paper. It's from the hand penned designer series paper. You can see one side is floral, but this stripe I thought went so well with these cactus, I decided to use it for this bundle. So that is a piece of 3 by 4 DSP. So let's go ahead and attach all of those layers together, and we'll be ready to work on our cactus. So because this has a little bit of bumpiness due to the embossing, I am going to use our wet adhesive to glue it down. So I'm just going to come in this direction, and then I'm going to turn it and come in the opposite direction. So I make sure that I get all my areas, and then I always go around the edges. Okay, so we will go ahead and attach this piece down. It's going to have just a very small border all the way around like that. All right, there is our piece of Highland Heather stuck together. All right, now it's time to adhere our 2 mint macaron pieces. I'm going to go ahead and use our seal adhesive for this one. Got to get it going. There we go. And we're going to pull, and a little bit right here on these sides here. Okay. And then we will attach this really cool designer series paper to this piece of mint macaron. And we'll push that down. Perfect. There is that. All right, so now that we have this layer here, we're going to attach our ribbon to it. So I've used 2 ribbons and a twine. Here they are. We're going to start with this one. This is from Flowers for Every Season, and it's a combo pack. So you get a twine, you get this gingham, and you get a white ribbon. They're really beautiful, and I highly recommend checking them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them even, okay? And then I'm going to lay it down onto my surface. I'm going to grab them. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to lift up my piece and I'm going to run a line of my seal straight down like so. Oops. Make sure they're even again. I think I wiggled them. And I'm going to attach that front part to that line of seal. Now I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to do the same thing. Make sure I'm still in camera. And I'm going to add a line of seal. And I am going to attach my piece of ribbon to it. That's what I have so far. Now I'm going to attach a line of seal on top, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get my ribbon, I'm going to get it even, and I'm going to give it a little crease right there so I know where the middle is. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. I'm going to place that middle section right on that crease there. These are the same thickness, so they're going to layer perfectly, you'll see. And I'm going to bring that piece of ribbon down, and it's going to stick to that seal adhesive, and there is that. I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Okay. And again, I'm just going to lay it along this piece. All right. Got me so far? Look how pretty that is. Beautifully layered, right? So now we're going to tie our bow. So I'm taking my twine and I'm bringing it up real close to this piece that I have glued together. And I'm going to cinch it tight. Just going to pull it as tight as I can. Okay? And I'm going to give it another knot so it doesn't come loose. There we go. Nice and cinched. Isn't that pretty? I love the way it looks and how it buckles this ribbon when it's cinched like that. Now we're just going to basically tie our bow. So we're going to go ahead and just tie it like we're tying a shoelace, right? All right. And now I'm just going to slowly pull on these pieces holding the knot. And I'm just going to get my bow to be small and pretty. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. See how small and pretty those loops are getting? I'm going to make them just a little bit smaller. I just think they're so cute when they're small. One more. There we go. I'm very happy with that. And I'm just going to trim a slight bit off of them. If I can grab my right scissor here, I have my paper snips for ribbon. And I'm going to go ahead and just trim them just like so. And then I'm also going to trim these. So I'm going to give this one a little haircut. I'm going to make it short. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer. I'm going to pull on them and have them kind of be different lengths and different sizes and different directions. Let's make this one a little bit shorter even so that I can trim this one a little bit more. Give this one a haircut in the opposite direction. And then I'm going to pull on this one. And of course, we're going to give that one a haircut too. So there's all my bits and bobs. Okay. Get rid of those. All right, this gets attached onto, if I can get it started, there we go, onto our piece that we have already attached, and it's going to go in this corner like that, because you want to leave room for that pretty ribbon, right? That looks pretty great to me. All right, so there is that part. Now comes all the lovely cactus. Okay, and I have cut and stamped a few of those already. And we are going to stamp a cactus together. So let me go ahead and move these guys up here. Those are done. We're going to do a little surgery on this cactus in a minute. But first, let's stamp this one. So it's this long one we're going to stamp together, and I'm going to show you how I did. I'm going to use just jade. And we're going to start at the bottom. Get it nice and wet. Nice and inked up. All right. And we're going to start with this bottom section, and we're going to go ahead and stamp our cactus down. Just like that. And let's get another one, just same. And I am going to go ahead and line it up. Just like that. Now you can see that the cactus is kind of floating. It's okay. I'm going to show you how we fix that. We're going to go ahead and take our third, which is the smaller one, get it nice and inked up. And we are going to attach that onto the side here of our cactus. We're also going to give it a little flower and put it over here to the side. I just re-inked my ink pad. You can tell how dark it is. Okay. So that is that one. All right, and the other cactus color is Mint Macaron. I'm going to go ahead and give these a little cleaning because we will be stamping this cactus on the inside, but it will be in the Highland Heather color, so I need to clean that off. Now, what are we going to do about this floating cactus? Well, number one, we have these awesome Stampin' Up markers. This is part of the In Colors from 2020 to 2022, and that is what I'm using right now. I'm going to attach that with the brush tip, and then I'm just going to fill this in just gently, not going over it too much. I'm trying to do it with one stroke and not overlap. All right, and what that does is it forms a nice little blending of our cactus as it dries. So we'll give that a little rub there. Let that color just grab into the other color, just like that. All right, and that's how I made the cactus look like one big cactus. So we're going to go ahead and fussy cut this one out, and then I will show you how to do a little surgery on that last one. All right, so I'm leaving a little border all the way around. That's what we want. A nice little border. The nice thing, you heard me say that I re-inked this ink pad, is that our ink pads, we sell re-inkers for them, which means you just add more ink to the pad and it refreshes the color. But when you were stamping originally with the palest color, because the ink pad needed to be re-inked, and then you add the ink on there, it seems like it's so dark, but it's actually the color it should be. All right. So there's our little cactus, and I'm going to show you how to do surgery on this one. So I'm just coming down here right through the middle, and I'm going to round this off. And then this one, I'm going to just round off here, and I'm tucking these pieces behind because I wanted my cactus to look really full, and I needed a little bit more room. So let's go ahead and get this cactus done. So this one's going to live down here, and I want this one to be tucked in behind it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive to the back of our cactus. And we'll go ahead and stick that down in this corner. And then this guy is going to cover that little cut end so you won't know it was cut, okay? Now this one's going to get tucked up here behind it. So it looks like there's another cactus growing behind that we just can't see. So let's go ahead and add our adhesive to the back of it. And then we're going to get our placement for how it's going to fit. And that looks pretty awesome. Okay. So now this cactus can go ahead and be attached. We're going to use some dimensionals to kind of give it a little bit of lift. So we'll put one up here, one in the middle, and one at the bottom. And let's get my take your pick tool and pull these guys off. All right, let's have our cactus be placed and living over here, maybe a little bit over. That looks awesome. All right, now comes this fun cactus. Now he is going to be popped up back here, and I want him to be a little bit high up. You can see that this piece is right about near where this little fleck is. So I definitely want him that high. So let's go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of him. You can see I stamped him twice because you can see a cactus on the back of him, can't you? Yeah, sometimes when I'm stamping, I'm not happy with the way that the ink grabs. And so I just flip the paper over and try again. That's the beauty of our papers. They're very good quality. You can add a second inking on the back and it doesn't bleed through to the front. So you can use both sides of our papers when you make a mistake like I did, or I wasn't quite happy with the amount of ink that I had deposited on there. Let's get this last piece off, and then we will attach this cute little cactus. And like I said, he's going to be high up, so make sure that you put high up like that. Now this little guy is going to sit in front just like that. I have another little piece somewhere. I thought I did anyway. I don't know where it has disappeared to, but it may be on the table and it may show up. If not, I will go ahead and stamp another. It's this one for the bottom here. I see it. It has fallen on my ground. So let me grab that, and then we can continue here with our process. Here we go. I probably should stamp another one because all of these are nice and bright and that one isn't. So either way, I do have a little scrap here. I can stamp another one and we can cut it out together. All right, so we're going to attach this one on. Now you can see this one leans on here, but it does need a support in this bottom corner. So we're going to go ahead and put a mini dimensional on this side, and then a regular size dimensional next to it, like that. So it has the support down here. Up here, we're going to use our liquid glue, and we will let that live on top of the other cactus. So we can add a little bit of adhesive there. And then we're going to go ahead and flip this guy over. Oops, I forgot to pull the backs off first. Got to get all our adhesive ready. Okay, so pull those two backs off. And let's go ahead and flip our cactus over. And the part that needed the adhesive now has it. And this part can be attached with that wet glue onto the front of the cactus there. All right, we're almost done. Let's go ahead and fussy cut this one out. I do like the darker color better, since the whole card has a darker look than the first card I did. You can see where re-inking really helps, right? So let's just fussy cut out that flower quickly. And then I'm gonna put a mini dimensional on the back, and we are gonna tuck that in. Let's grab one of the minis, and there we go. Let's tuck that little one in right here. All right, the finishing touch to our card is the words up here, and I have already stamped those for us. And I have this little piece of just jade, and I have my words. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my scissors, and I'm going to angle cut my piece like so. And I'm gonna glue that down onto this piece. And once I've done that, I'm gonna angle cut it. So let's go ahead and grab my wet glue once more. You can see I stamped it once, it was a little bit crooked. So I re-stamped it on the back. Again, you can do that because we have such good quality paper. Now I do not want to get that adhesive on my fingers, so I'm gonna use my tweezers. I'm gonna grab that piece and let's move some of this stuff that's all over my table here. Whoops. And we're gonna go ahead and attach that centered like so. And then I'm gonna angle cut to match these ends. All right. Move this one down a little. I think it doesn't really match it, does it? It's easier to trim the white one to match. There we go. Much better than it is. All right, so let's go ahead and attach this. This is also attached with dimensionals. I'm gonna put 3 of them because it's a rather long piece. And let's pull the backs off. And we will attach this onto the front. All right, the very last step are going to be these really cool jewels and dots. Now these are playing with pattern resin dots that I'm pulling out right now, and we are going to use these green ones over here. And then I have these really awesome pastel pearls, and they come in different hues of purples and pinks. So we're going to be using those. So I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to use the putty end this time. And I'm going to start with one of these resin dots right here. And we'll put one up here. We're going to put another one down here. And we're going to put the third one over in this section on this purple where you can, on the Highland Heather purple where you can see it. That's it for those. And now let's use this dark purple, and we're gonna add one of those on this green because it really pops on there, doesn't it? And we'll put another one down here where it pops on there. I think that looks awesome. What do you guys think? I really think this is a great card. The finishing touch is gonna be the inside, and I am gonna stamp one of the cactus all in Highland Heather. It's gonna be super cute. So let's build it and then we will be done. So I'm gonna ink this one up. I'm gonna put it in this corner here. And we'll add a topper, of course. And then we will give it a cute flower. Let's put the flower on this side. Doesn't that look adorable on the inside? I think so. You gotta add a little sparkle to the inside of your cards as well, don't you? All right, let's clean these guys up. And we are finished. Thank you so much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate that. You have no idea how happy I am to see that people have watched my videos. It's so joyful. All right, let me give this a nice crease to finish closing our card. There we go. All right. Thanks again. I really appreciate you watching. I hope that you like this card and that you are interested in these Cactus Cuties. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Definitely check out my blog at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. I have lots of ideas over there. I have PDFs of the catalogs where you guys can check them out and look at the different pages. I have lots of ideas. I blog every single day, so there's lots of content on there. I've been blogging for almost 2 years, and I appreciate so much you watching. Please share my video, like, comment, share, subscribe, put it on YouTube, put it on, I mean, not on YouTube, put it on Facebook. I would be so grateful if you did that. Thank you so much again, and I hope that you've enjoyed. Again, this is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping, guys!